Hi folks, we're back again. Right now we're still having conversations with folks. The school committee is in executive session still. One has to be wondering if in fact they're reconsidering the item on the agenda that has brought so many people out. So joining us right now is Jody Stone. She's an educational activist locally, and I have a feeling she's got some strong feelings about this, but I'll let her do the talking. Jody, what brought you out here tonight?
Honestly, I'm here to support Nicole because it's not even about the actual curriculum that they're trying to implement here. I think everyone is against true racism. There's nothing wrong with advocating for that in school districts. The issue is with the way they're going about it and the way they're stonewalling her and refusing to give her information. I think we're finding in Rhode Island right now, school committees are they're negating their obligation to the public. They're locking us out. I mean, I'm so happy that they're in person today. East Greenwich is still not in person. People couldn't get into the meeting via Zooms last night. Like, this just has to stop. If parents want information, we should be able to get it from our school committee, specifically regarding curriculum for our children. And on a topic like this, why be evasive about it? Bring it out into the light. Tell us what you're intending to teach and be explicit about that instruction. Be explicit about what you're going to be teaching in the schools and teaching our teachers to teach in the schools. And I'm here to support a mom who's trying to fight for her kids.
Are you surprised that they're putting the onus on her in terms of this notion that she's arbitrarily trying to create work?
Well, I think that's exactly why I'm here, if you want to be specific about it. I was following this from the beginning with her, and she originally started with just a small question about kindergarten enrollment and wanting to know what was going on with the schools and getting some curriculum. And she was pushed back and refused a tour of the school. And they actually told her to submit an APRA request for the information. So she did that. And then why was she going to go back and continue to send emails when she realized the only way she was going to get a response was from an APRA request? So, and the law actually states any ask over within a month period is one ask. So she didn't submit 160 asks. She sent one ask. Multiple questions within a 30-day period is still one ask.
Interesting. What's been riveting is how folks are so educated, if you will, for lack of a better term, on educational law. I've spoken to a number of people out here who are very clear about the procedure with what we call in Rhode Island APRA, which is essentially like a FOIA, if you will, on a local basis. What kind of culture has driven people to the point where they have to almost become experts in educational law?
I mean, Pat, if you talk, you know where I came from. It was advocating educationally for my own child within my school district, and I couldn't get answers, and we had to find it on our own. And I think what's happening right now, especially in Rhode Island, is we've really been a trusting community in general. We elect school committee members to do these jobs for us, but what happened in this past year, I think, has united us as parents, especially mothers, I'm finding across the state, are coming together because they're not advocating for our kids the way we want them to. They're being told and they're doing what they're told. Rather than focusing on the community needs, they're listening to higher ups and people like the CDC or whomever and keeping us out of the conversation, not listening to the needs that we're expressing as parents, not listening to the needs of the children within their districts, and doing what they want and what they think is best, rather than what is best for the community and what is negated in their charge as a school committee member, what they were elected to do. So if this mother, Nicole, has an issue or a concern about what is being taught, which happens to involve race and racism, which again, we are all against, they should just be open and upfront about what they're planning to do in the district. And so I'm here to support her and getting answers. That's really why I am here.
Did you ever think you'd see a point where schools are frustrated because parents are interested in curriculum?
No, because and from right down, every school committee says, and every national, federal study says, parental engagement is mandatory. Parents have to feel that they trust you, which we don't, and they need to feel that they're included, which we aren't, as is evident here today.
Fair enough. So Jody Stone,
you caught me.
Listen, thanks for taking the time to join us. One quick question: what do you think is going to come out of this evening? Are you a betting man?
I mean, the Rhode Island ACLU came out and even said, I mean, it's against the law really to be suing a parent for a request that you actually told them to make in the email. I've seen the email. She was that's the other thing. She was very open and transparent about every correspondence that she had with the school committee, so I'm surprised at this. I think it was an intimidation factor that they're trying to push back on her, and retaliation is also legal. So I don't know what's happening tonight. It's bizarre and it's really scary.
I mean, the notion of a slap lawsuit, if you will, is bizarre.
Yeah, I don't understand it. It makes no sense. And it didn't make sense to the RIACL either, which was actually great to hear. Parents were cheering that statement today from them. So I hope to see more things like that coming forward.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks for coming out. And we'll see how this meeting goes.
Yeah, if they come back.
If they ever come back. Yeah. It could be 2 or 3 in the morning. Who knows? Maybe they're waiting us out.
Let's hope not that.
I have this mental image of someone creaking through a door saying, "Are they still there?"
They're still there.
They're still there. All right, well, we'll see you inside. Thank you so much.
Thank you. How bad was it? Let it be well.
Excellent. Hi. Again, we are bringing out political royalty tonight.
Oh, stop.
Listen,
Stop.
Larry Gilheeney is here.
Hi,
Now,
folks. Nice to see you tonight.
Larry, are you here as yourself as a taxpayer, a citizen? Are you representing an organization? Or?
I am here on behalf of the Rhode Island Center for Freedom and Prosperity, where I'm the advocacy manager. I'm also here as a taxpayer. I'm so pleased to see so many parents and citizens interested in this issue. What really gets me about all of this is that there's this level of hypocrisy, right? The town council preaches transparency, and then when we actually call for transparency, they go to these low blow, union tactics of threatening lawsuits. It's disturbing to me. If they were so sure they were up to doing good things with these programs, what do they have to hide? That's the real question that I have.
I guess my question tonight is, did you ever see or anticipate a moment coming where school systems, school departments would be upset about parental interest in curriculum? Curriculum was always the snoozer. That was the one that got 2 or 3 people out, and you would get folks out if you were threatening the football program.
Well, I think things are changing. I think that maybe people are starting to wake up to these issues, get more engaged. I mean, there's certainly a lot of activity on social media. People are becoming more educated with mediums like this, with live feeds going to people. People are starting to become more interested in more things going on, and certainly these controversial issues bring people out, and I'm glad to see it.
Do you think the pandemic has had an unanticipated impact in bringing parents face to face with that they might have been in sort of a gentle denial about?
I hope so, right? I hope that this is just the beginning of more engagement from people all across Rhode Island. People deserve more options. They need more options, which is why I'm always a big advocate for school choice. Now that they've seen what some of the curriculum could be like, maybe they need to find more options, and maybe we should find a way to provide that.
I guess my last question, are parents more than parents now? Are they customers of the school system?
Well, I think that, as taxpayers, we should all get treated like customers. I mean, the customer's always right, but unfortunately, government doesn't treat us like we're right a lot of the time, and they're trying to force us out, and I think that's what we're seeing here. And I'm really glad to see the reaction coming from so many people.
And what organization are you with? Repeat that.
Rhode Island Center for Freedom and Prosperity.
And maybe you can give the website out.
rifreedom.org.
Larry, we'll see you inside. Full disclosure, I know Larry from, I guess, what we refer to here in Rhode Island as Halitosis Hall. Of course, that would be your state house. Larry, thanks for joining us. We'll see you inside. Sir, would you like to render an opinion?
No, thank you.
No? Just brought you out tonight. It's obviously a powerful issue to you. You could be home watching the Bruins. Oh, no, the Bruins aren't on tonight. Okay, fair enough.
Bruins were all night home.
All right, fair enough. Sir, any chance you'd like to give your opinion? You're here tonight, so obviously you care. This is not kind of a casual night out for folks to spend some time at a middle school. Can you tell us your first name and what town? Are you from town here?
Give me.
Any of you guys want to weigh in? Go ahead. I mean, it brought you out on a otherwise.
What's the venue?
That's me. You ever watch the governor's press conferences?
Yeah.
There's some guy who's a blabbermouth who tortured Gina every week.
Is that you?
I'm a Cumberland guy. I might not be SK. I'm not quite at that exalted territory yet. But, you know,
Can you slap Dan York around a little for us when you see him at the store? Get him moving a little further to the right again.
I slept. Let me turn this off.